I'm sorry, but you can't have children.
Jack, I'm coming!
Lisa! Call 911! Hi, my name is Mike, and I hope no parent ever has to go through what we did. But my loving family and my faith has given me the strength to talk about it with you today. Because what I'm about to share with you not only spared my wife's life while bringing peace back to our home, but also the lives of over 152,299 individuals around the world, and in fact can very well save your life as well. Sending us down a wild path to uncover a shockingly simple nighttime habit so unknown that it's never seen the light of day until now, and yet so biologically safe. Over 200 of the strictest peer-reviewed studies have proven it to fix the underlying cause of excess belly fat, which you'll soon realize has nothing to do with your age, your genetics, dieting, exercising, or even your metabolism. This easy as pie nighttime habit you can enjoy today and understood for over 3,000 years by a select group of individuals from the ancient city of Chandigarh in India, flips the go-ahead switch that opens the floodgates to flush out years of stubborn fat buildup around your belly and organs. And after years of hopeless diets and over $5,000 spent on specialty doctors, helped Lisa burn off over 52 pounds of deep disease-causing fat from her stomach, then the rest of her body, going from this to this. But not only that, gave back the youthful energy she remembered having years ago to be the best mom she could be to the son they told us we'd never have. Stunning doctors so much that numerous local talk shows have reached out for her story. But what's doubly odd is how this same nighttime habit helped me lose over 23 pounds so fast, it was like watching bacon cook in a searing hot frying pan. The fat just melted off. Yet what's even crazier is how we continue to enjoy our favorites every week as a family, like Taco Tuesdays, Pizza Fridays, and Ice Cream Sundays, guilt-free. Now, I understand all of this might sound hard to believe, but with so much scientific backing and real-world success, it's possible with this 5-second habit that's the complete opposite of everything you might have heard and tried before. You see, the problem is those in power have convinced you the belly fat that you hate staring at you is your fault, that you're not doing enough, just like the trainers and nutritionists would tell my wife. But as you'll soon see, it's not your fault at all. That's why in the next 3 minutes and 35 seconds, I'll pull back the curtain and reveal the real silent killer responsible for adding layers of fat around your midsection after the age of 35. Plus, the truth about how dieting and exercise helps this silent killer grow stronger, making it darn near impossible for you to permanently burn the fat off your belly and the rest of your body. It's a revelation confirmed by studies found in places like the Journal of Obesity and Weight Loss Therapy, Obesity Research and Clinical Practice, along with numerous institutions like Cornell Medicine, Harvard Medical, and more. It's a truth that's been covered up by the weight loss companies that dart across your TV screen every day. And why this might bring happy tears to your face, yet also make you angry, a bizarre 100% natural nighttime habit that triggers a flood of fat loss from your midsection that's impossible to stop, and is far removed from anything like those starvation diets, keto bars, intermittent fasting regimens, detoxes, tea cleanses, sweaty exercise classes, and more. It's something that saved my wife's life and over 152,299 other moms, wives, husbands, and more who've tried the low-carb lifestyle and morning jogs with no relief to eventually reclaim their body and health. In fact, here's just a few of them now.
I am down 33 pounds already. And I've never been one who likes to go to the gym. I'm just super self-conscious. I feel like people are watching me. I hated it.
I just wanted to feel healthier inside and out, and I wanted to take the pressure off of my knees and back. I also really wanted to ease the stress on my heart, and I thought that cutting my calories and my carbs was the answer, but that just made me hungry and moody.
In the last 8 weeks, my waist has shrunk 4 inches, and I've lost over 36 pounds of pure fat. I had no idea this little and very easy habit would force the fat off this quickly.
And after all these years, I just wanted to feel normal, like I can go out and wear what I want and just be free. So I'll never stop following this little habit that flushes the fat out of my body. It's been my miracle. I will share it with anyone who wants to listen. It's changed my life.
I was just so blind to what was happening in the yo-yo diet train that I couldn't hop off. It really was making me crazy. But now everything makes sense, and this allows me to live how I want while still enjoying what life has to offer as I lose an inch per week around my waist.
I was skeptical at first, but now that I'm seeing the results, I'm never looking back, never going on another diet.
Wow, I would have never believed our story would catch like wildfire with amazing results from everyday individuals like this. So even if you're a bit skeptical, I just urge you to keep watching the remainder of this quick video. Enjoy this life-saving, once-in-a-generational habit, just like Lisa and myself did very recently, and I pledge to you, as God is my witness, you'll experience the same loss of fat from your stomach and rest of your body. Whether you're a woman or a man, whether you have 5 pounds to lose or 50, if you've been struggling for 2 months, 2 years, or 2 decades, based on the research, it doesn't matter. Which is a big reason why this has been kept away by those who want you to remain sad and unhappy about your weight. Last year, over $100 billion was spent on weight loss, so they'd hate for you to see what I'm about to share with you. They're much more powerful than myself, and why I doubt I can keep this video up for much longer. So please lean in and pay attention, because time is ticking. This previously hidden habit will rescue you from a life trapped in a body you desperately want to escape from, along with the health consequences that come with it, like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, dementia, and even cancer. Right now on this page, I'm opening the door for you to finally melt off pounds of stubborn fat, to look down and smile at a brand new flat stomach, while giving you back the control over your body with a simple nighttime habit beloved by thousands from this ancient city that's kept their waistline slim and their health pristine. Just imagine having the confidence to wear what you want out in public, to order dessert without feeling judged, to reignite the spark with your loved one, to walk into a store and try on clothes that fit perfectly to your new figure in all the right areas, to have amazing energy the minute your eyes open that never dips or crashes. All the while, your hunger levels stabilize, your cravings disappear, and your markers for pristine health like blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and more fall in line. It's time for you to finally lose the weight and have the body you've always desired and deserve. So, are you ready? Please turn off all distractions and watch till the end. I just hate for you to miss out on the same simple nighttime habit these men and women have come to love for its belly fat burning effects. Hi, I'm Michael Manning, but you can call me Mike. Now, I want you to know that I'm not anyone special. I don't hold a degree from Yale. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a physician or a science buff. I'm just a regular person like you with my wife Lisa and our son Jack. And I run a small web design business out of our home. Now, although I might be good with a computer, my actual passion is building houses for those in need. You see, growing up, we didn't have much. I watched my parents work so hard only for it all to be taken away. So I know what it's like to go to bed hungry, for the lights to go out, and to not have much under the tree during the holidays. That feeling of working hard for something only to be let down in the end is etched into my brain. And it's the same thing that happened to Lisa, which came to a head on that one scary and life-changing day. This is hard for me to share, but leaning on our faith is what got us through, so I can tell you our story, along with the head-turning truth about stubborn belly fat that I promise will be music to your ears. Because you see, Lisa wasn't always overweight. But after the miracle birth of our only son, after doctors said we could never get pregnant, That's when her body began to change. And it didn't matter how many times she laced up her shoes to go jogging, no matter how much she watched her carbs, the weight refused to budge. It was like a child trying to bully a sumo wrestler, as the fat roll she'd always grab continued to sag over her waistline. Many days, I'd walk in on her crying with clothes everywhere because nothing fit her comfortably anymore, and all I could do at the time was be the shoulder for her to lean on. Until one time after a night out with friends, we came back home, went upstairs, and slipped into bed. I reached over to kiss Lisa, and I could feel a tear running down her face. I pulled back, and I asked her what was wrong. Lisa just looked down and in between sniffles said, "Mike, I love you. We have a beautiful life and family, but I don't feel like myself anymore. When I look in the mirror, I don't recognize the person staring back at me. My body has changed, Mike. I barely sleep now. My energy's terrible. It's so hard to keep up with Jack, and I have this disgusting fat all over. I don't feel sexy enough to be intimate, and when we have been, I did it for you because I'm scared you're gonna leave me. Not only that, I'm scared something's gonna happen to my heart like my parents. I can't imagine leaving him. I feel lost." You see, I didn't tell you this before, but Lisa always has had this fear that she would die young because her parents, who dealt with obesity and heart issues their entire life. So, after years of desperately trying to have a child, her fears of leaving him were cranked sky high. I had no idea, but this was the beginning of our horror story that felt like it would never end. That's when we made an appointment with her doctor. Besides telling us the obvious that her heart was in bad shape because of her weight, the only thing he recommended was diet and exercise. So that's what we did. Again, for the umpteenth time. I can't tell you how many times Lisa tried to diet and exercise that fat off, but we just believed this time it'll work because that's what the doctor ordered. We did keto, then switched to more plant-based. I bought her a Bowflex and a treadmill. Then we tried going 100% vegan. That was too hard. And get this, we even visited a therapist. In the end, we spent over $5,000 on help, and all we had to show for it was a smaller bank account. Everything would work for a little while, but every time we went back to normal, the weight piled on quicker than before. Lisa now had over 50 pounds she needed to lose, and all I could do was stand by and try to help her as best as possible. Despite what she thought, I still loved her as much as I did years ago when we first fell in love. That fire in my heart for her has always burned as bright as the hottest star, but I could tell her fire was slowly going out. Soon, Lisa had to be placed on blood pressure medication, then eventually antidepressants. Many days, she didn't want to get out of bed, and I didn't blame her. So I know what you might be going through, the depression, the sadness and hopelessness that can leave you banging your head and questioning, why is this happening to me? Why is it so hard? Then one night, I overheard Lisa on the phone with her best friend, Tracy, wishing she could just pack up and run away from it all. I was devastated. I confronted her about it because I was scared for her well-being. But that morning, we had to pull it all together. It was our son's birthday, and all of his friends and parents were coming over. However, little did we know his birthday would turn into one of the scariest moments of our lives. Yet at the same time, the best thing that could have ever happened to us, and you, as you'll realize in a minute. So for his special day, we wanted to spoil him. It was our dream to have a family, and after years of trying with fertility doctors, miscarriages, and more heartaches than we could count on both hands, we were finally blessed when we received the news. Plus, we both wanted to give him everything we never had growing up in our households. But that day would turn out unlike any other, because Jack, in his excitement, jumped into the pool without his floaties on, and immediately he started screaming for help as he began going under. Lisa heard him before I did and lunged for Jack, but just when she was about to save him, her body oddly stumbled and collapsed to the ground. I ran as fast as I could and jumped in. Luckily, I was able to save him from going under, but then my attention turned to Lisa. I screamed to our friend Jamie to call 911 right away. Waking up in the hospital with tubes and machines all over, Lisa jolted out of bed screaming for him, believing the worst had happened. I told her he was okay, that he was at the neighbor's house, and she was in the hospital because she collapsed at the party. And that's when the ER doctor came in and gave us the grim news. Lisa's heart was working so hard and her blood pressure was so high despite medication that once her flight or fight response kicked in to save Jack, it skyrocketed the pressure in her arteries even more, while her blood sugar dropped so suddenly that she blacked out. We both stayed up that night and prayed together with our son on the phone. All he kept saying in between tears was,
"Please don't die, Mommy. Just lose the weight, Mommy, so we can have my birthday again and blow out the candles together."
It broke my heart to hear my son say those words, and frankly, it made me angry. Why was this happening to us? I said to myself. We went through so much just to have him, then to almost lose him, and now I'm going to lose my wife? There had to be a way out. You know, I'm not one to ask God for something, but that night, I selfishly and angrily asked for his help. We had nowhere else to turn. We tried all the diets and did what the doctor said, but nothing worked. Until one weird occurrence that was so out there, even Steven Spielberg couldn't have written it any better. And it's the same occurrence that shaped our paths moving forward that's brought me here to you today. So please keep watching and listening, because this is the most important part and something I'd hate for you to miss out on. You see, despite our best intentions to bring Lisa home, the doctors wanted her to stay for a few days, just so they can keep an eye on her. That's when we met the doctor in charge of her case after she was transferred to the main ward. His name was Dr. Singh. He was a funny guy, sharp as a tack and in amazing shape despite being around 60 years old, although he looked like he was in his 40s. Our floor was quiet most of the time, so he'd always be in there checking up on Lisa. And over the days, we developed a friendship. He opened up to me about life in India growing up poor, where he dreamed of a better life in America. He told me it was his wish to be a doctor, to study here in the States, and then go back to his home country to help others in need. He said in India, where most lack basic medical needs, many rely on natural remedies passed over thousands of years to help heal their sicknesses. In fact, this form of medicine has a name, called Ayurvedic medicine. It's one of the world's oldest medical systems. Ayurvedic treatment combines methods from their vast collection of herbs, plants, minerals, and vitamins, along with diet and lifestyle interventions. In fact, he said a lot of treatments you can find in modern medicine originated from Ayurvedic practices, especially many natural methods that help to lower inflammation, blood sugar, blood pressure, and obesity. Obesity, I said? Yeah, Dr. Singh replied. In India, only 5% of the population is overweight. We're the second skinniest country in the world for a reason. And you should see the small town where I grew up. Nobody was overweight and had beautiful health. Many consider it the mecca of health in our country. And we don't exercise like everyone else here. We just follow a few unique practices using simple herbs, plants, and more that keep our bodies slim and protected from stress. Stress, I said? What does that have to do with being slim? Let me explain. Mike, he said, many people blame their metabolisms for everything, but your metabolism isn't the culprit. Neither are your genetics, your age, diet, or activity levels. You see, it all comes down to one thing: hormones. This is what I focused on while attending university here in the States. It's hormones that decide whether the foods you eat get burned or stored as belly fat. And one hormone stands above all if you want to lose every inch of fat that hangs off your stomach. Then the rest of your body. Just one. What's worse is this hormone is heavily influenced by stress. It can be any type of stress. Even running late for work can skyrocket this one hormone in your blood. And looking at your wife's blood work, it's obvious why dieting and exercise hasn't worked. In fact, they've made her situation worse. Because dieting and exercise is also a stressor. And it doesn't matter if she eats the healthiest foods like grilled chicken, broccoli, and rice. This hormone in her blood is almost 200% higher than what's considered healthy for her age group, which explains why it's hard for her to sleep at night, to wake up in the morning, the cravings you've told me about, her blood pressure problems, and the weight around her torso. This hormone controls all of that. Yet still, it goes even deeper than this. Just last week, a brand new paper was released that dives deep into this stress-induced silent killer and how it impacts belly fat. This paper finally tied all the loose strings together, and specifically why it's been so hard for her to lose it along with the millions of others in her situation. According to this paper, it's 4 times harder for someone to lose the fat around their midsection than any other part of their body because of this one hormone. It's resistant to exercise and is basically vaccinated against dieting. So even if you're a little bit stressed, like everyone is these days, it can have a disastrous effect on your waistline and health. I was dumbfounded because I had never heard about this before, but Dr. Singh was correct. Hormones can make us happy, sad, aroused, hungry, energetic, and more. So if you've ever believed it was your lack of activity, your diet, age, even your metabolism this whole time, don't blame yourself because it's not your fault. I can say this because in just a second I'll share the hormonal reason why this silent killer has put up a virtual vault door around your stomach that makes losing this deadly fat practically impossible. Plus the 5-second nighttime habit shown to break through so you lose every bit of flab from your midsection, then the rest of your stubborn body parts right away. That's when I asked Dr. Singh, well, I pleaded with him, what could we do with Lisa's hormones to help her lose the weight, keep it off permanently, and ease her stress? He just smirked and said, I'll be right back. 30 minutes later, he came back with a sheet of paper and a list of ingredients scribbled out in doctor handwriting. Mike, he said, I'm not supposed to be sharing this with you. This is brand new research, so no traditional doctor is going to share this with a patient. Plus, I'm not allowed to share natural remedies because it's against medical ethics here in the United States. But in my village, it's something we practice religiously with great success. So please don't share this with anyone. I have to make my rounds, but take a look for yourself. I think this can help tremendously. Again, don't share this with any nurse or doctor here. I can get in trouble, but I want to help. That's why I got into medicine. And with that, he left. We never saw him again that night or the next day after Lisa was discharged. But the paper was a lengthy write-up about this one hormone and how it affects belly fat around your midsection. The title of the paper was called, Is Stress Making You Fat? Have doctors discovered the secret remedy to help millions? And as I started reading, I began getting excited. What I was reading was something I had never heard before. As it turns out, our stressful lifestyles are slowly killing us and making us fat. Not only that, it's preventing those in need like Lisa from permanently losing weight. And it can all be traced back to this one hormone called C21H30O5. You see, this is a hormone that gets released in times of stress. It's your body's natural buffer towards it. However, because of modern society, levels in the population are at all-time highs. Everything from our poor diet, lack of sleep, car exhaust, pollution, raising a family, being stuck in traffic, commuting to and from work, all of it is like little mini stressors that pile up over time. And the only way your body knows how to deal with this stress is to release this hormone. It turns out for every 1 point increase, your body will add at least 1 pound of fat to your midsection. And even though we're not running away from saber-toothed tigers, your body can't tell the difference between running late for work or fighting for your life. But here's where it gets interesting, and here's where everything clicked. I promise, you've never heard about this before because it's brand new. It's the #1 reason why it's easy to put on belly fat while making it harder to lose it. You ready? It turns out your abdominal fat cells have 4 times more of this hormone's receptors than fat cells located in any other parts of your body. That means this hormone directly contributes to your belly fat, and extra belly fat contributes to more of this silent killer, an absolute vicious cycle. It's a big reason that when you lose weight, you tend to lose it from your arms, hips, butt, and thighs before your belly. All because this hormone puts up a dam that prevents any fat loss from happening around your midsection. I was floored, and it just proved how right Dr. Singh was. But then I wondered, what if we could essentially puncture a hole through this walled-up dam and trigger a flood of fat loss from Lisa's belly? Sounded like a pipe dream. But was this even possible, I said to myself. And that's when I made my way to this list of ingredients he gave me, and I soon realized the connection. The first ingredient was called schisandra berry, and apparently it's grown in the far reaches of Asia and India. According to a report published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, over the past 5 decades, researchers have found this little berry has strong stress protective effects that help lower this silent killer in your blood. While a 2015 study published by the Department of Korean Medicine at Dongguk University also found this fruit changes your gut microbiota in a way that helps prevent various metabolic syndrome risk factors like weight gain and diabetes. We were getting somewhere. The next ingredient on his list was ashwagandha, which has been a staple in Indian culture and healing for over 3,000 years. Classified as an aptogen, this potent herb helps your body's hormonal systems better handle stress. So, instead of your body releasing gallons of this hormone to combat any stress you might feel, ashwagandha acts as your first line of defense and therefore lowers your levels so you can begin burning fat. Several controlled human studies have shown that it can reduce symptoms in people with stress and anxiety disorders by up to 69%. I could see where this was all going. Next on his list was bladderwrack powder, something I'd never heard of before, but when I dug deep, I could see why he added it to the list. It's actually a form of algae. It's naturally blue in color and full of healthy phytonutrients shown to help support your thyroid hormones, your metabolism to burn fat, while also lowering this stress hormone according to the Journal of Restorative Medicine. Next was green kelp. Multiple studies found the more you supplemented your diet with this special kelp, the lower your stress hormone levels. It was simple. I also found it's full of special compounds researchers have concluded could help kill cancer cells, revitalize your pancreas, open up blood vessels, plus burn off body fat. Now, underneath that was the amino acid L-tyrosine. Researchers have found that those with the most stress and belly fat have very low tyrosine levels. Basically, without enough tyrosine stored in your body, you feel this stress more, which forces this silent killer to be released all hours to combat these effects. But with enough tyrosine, your body doesn't have to fight back so hard, and your metabolism can go to work burning through all that excess weight. At last, but not least, was the ingredient Capsicum frutescens. Apparently, this ancient spice aids in the production of endorphins that help to lower anxiety levels, stress, and more. Not only that, it's been found to trick the body into heating itself up internally to burn off the fat cells surrounding your midsection, just like throwing trash in an incinerator. After reading all this, I felt lucky to be secretly handed this gift from one of the most brilliant doctors I ever met. It was obvious now why Lisa had struggled so bad and why this one hormone literally put a stop sign that made it impossible to lose the deadly fat around her midsection. Not only for her, but for millions, even if they led relatively calm lives, because it's the little stressors that build up over time. And now I had a formula that seemed to reverse all of this, hopefully. We were both excited, so I began to search for these ingredients. However, after it was all said and done, it was going to cost us over $3,900 and another 4 months of waiting. We didn't have that time. Lisa's life was hanging in the balance. Plus, we couldn't ask Dr. Singh for help at risk of getting him in trouble. So that's when I was introduced to Dr. James Hutchins via a connection on Facebook. He was performing the same type of research on the hormonal mechanisms of obesity and aging that Dr. Singh had briefly shown me at the hospital. And you could tell he wanted to help, which gave me a lot of hope and confidence. Plus, he was right around the corner, even better. Mike, he said, "You've done your research, and I wish I could have met Dr. Singh. What you've presented to me is correct. Certain hormones must be working in synced harmony first before your metabolism can burn fat. And it all starts with C21H30O5. It's such an intricate hormone that's needed for our basic survival, but now it's more of a liability than a help. Too much, and your body will add layers of fat around your torso like an onion. And the more that gets layered on, the harder it is to lose. We call it here the circle of belly fat obesity. Everyone's so stressed these days, and you can see it in their ballooning waistlines and body mass index charts. We've taken blood samples to prove this, over 1,000 of them, and every single person who is overweight had sky-high levels of this one hormone, about 80% higher than someone the same age just 50 years ago, plus an increased risk of developing heart disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. This hormone affects all of that. Mike, the modern world is getting fatter and sicker, and it's our stress levels that deserve the blame. Here's a graph showing this. It's plain as day. But with these compounds, everyone has a fighting chance, including your wife. I want to help. So let's turn this sheet of paper Dr. Singh gave you into a reality. And that's when things started moving rapidly. With his contacts, he found everything at a fraction of the investment. Plus, these ingredients were ultra pure and very potent, so we didn't need much time to get the job done and had plenty to last at least 3 months. However, before we got started, he wanted to add one more ingredient to make the formula even more potent. But to do so, we needed to partner with the team from Golden After 50, one of the top private manufacturing companies in the country. According to him, adding this one ingredient was the cherry on top of an already perfect ice cream sundae, called BioPerine. This one ingredient tied the formula together and increased the bioavailability of everything by over 240%. So nothing would be wasted and your body would fully absorb this exotic spectrum of ingredients. Once finished, we had multiple super compounds that, if taken individually, wouldn't do much to help Lisa combat her stress levels and flush away all the fat, but when combined was like kryptonite to this hormone and belly fat in just 2 tiny capsules. Dr. Hutchins reminded me that this has never been attempted before, so although the science was there, to not get too overly excited. But it was hard because it felt like we were given the cheat codes to a belly fat free life, and nobody knew about them except for us. However, once finished, it was time for Lisa to try this ancient formula, and within the first few days, she felt immediately relaxed and was calmer. It was as if nothing could rattle her. Not only that, she noticed more energy that stayed with her the entire day. She breezed through everything, happier than a clam, something I hadn't seen in a while. But what we both hadn't seen in a while happened soon after when she got on the scale and lost 2 pounds. We were excited, but we knew we couldn't get ahead of ourselves. That maybe it was water weight or something else. But this continued for the entire week, then the next week, then that month, and so on, eventually losing all 52 pounds of disease-causing fat from her stomach, love handles, arms, and the rest of her body. Soon, I could see the old Lisa I remembered falling in love with come back to me. She was bubbly, full of life, and completely stress-free. The pooch roll she used to grab in the mirror vanished. Her arms were firm, toned, and sexy, and her body morphed back into that sexy hourglass figure she had in her 20s. Her confidence was through the roof, her skin was revitalized, and her health made a complete 180. And it was all thanks to Dr. Singh and this ancient Indian recipe for radically less stress, a slimmer waistline, and a bulletproof body. The craziest part of it was all the compliments. When she told her coworkers and friends, they claimed it had to be keto or a tapeworm she ingested. The rumors were wild, but her results were not. They were real and in the flesh because she could no longer look down and grab pounds of fat with her fists. She even told me about the new young guy at work that tried to hit on her. We just laughed because at the end of the day, it was like we were given a new lease on life. Our relationship began to blossom again, and the intimacy we experienced with one another was like before children. It was fresh, new, and well, exciting. Every day I could see the changes, even if she didn't notice. She was walking up the stairs again without gasping for air at the top. She'd literally jump out of bed in the morning full of energy. The whites of her eyes were brighter, which means your body is detoxing years of built-up chemicals stored in your fat cells. And she was running laps around our son, which made the other younger moms jealous. And you know what? After Lisa's success, I was so inspired that I began using the same formula to lose a few pounds and get my health back on track because I was working so much. The stress was getting to me, so I just followed the same protocol and dropped 23 pounds. We felt blessed, and all it took was a few seconds every day and a cold glass of water for all-day protection from the stressors of life as my metabolism flushed the fat from my midsection. But the defining nail in the coffin was when Dr. Hutchins analyzed Lisa's updated blood work. He walked in with the biggest smile. He said, "Looking at your lab results from before, it's like you have the body and health of a 24-year-old now. Your cholesterol has dropped by 30 points, your blood pressure has fallen by over 22 points, your blood sugar is spot on, your metabolism is pristine and has even increased by over 72%. Your heart has seemingly aged in reverse. But most of all, your stress hormone levels are so perfect, I'd compare them to studies done on Buddhist monks. Your markers are right in line with theirs. It's a testament to the unique powers of this formula and its ability to fix the root cause of belly fat obesity. I wish more of my patients were like you, and maybe now, with this, they can be. Can you imagine how that feels to get the stamp of approval from your doctor? It was all worth it. And to celebrate, we decided to take a trip to our friend's lake house, myself, Lisa, and Jack. Every morning, we woke to watch the sunrise over the water as the foggy mist gently coated the area. Then in the afternoon, we'd go for walks together as the sun would set behind the hills and Jack would play up ahead of us. We felt blessed to have gone through what we did and to come out the other side. And watching him be a kid again while no longer worrying about his mom made us want to pay our luck forward. That's when I got the idea to help others like Lisa. You see, we had friends with the same problems, and if you walk around, you could see the number of people this ancient formula could benefit. Millions, really. It was a tall task. However, with the help of Dr. Hutchins and the manufacturer who helped create this formula, I had hope. But we had to test this in others. Despite myself and Lisa's success, we needed more evidence. And with that, we've recruited over 827 men and women between the ages of 35 and 79, with at least 20 pounds to lose. We wanted the toughest cases, and we sure got them. However, within the first 90 days, I knew we had something special in our hands. During that time frame, the average weight loss was 42 pounds. Some even lost more than that, while everyone reported having a better mood, feeling more calm, and with more noticeable energy. Their libido had returned, their mental clarity doubled, their metabolism increased by over 79%, which was confirmed by blood tests. And they were losing inches everywhere. 85% lost a total of 8 inches or more, while the remaining 15% lost over 10 inches. One person even lost over 72 pounds and a total of 15 inches. And it can be traced back to lower stress levels, all confirmed by blood tests. The average drop was 92%. It was staggering. And by the end, the entire test group lost a grand total of over 34,734 pounds of pure belly fat. That's 17 tons, the equivalent of 6 fully grown elephants. It happened so quickly that many didn't have the time to purchase a new wardrobe. With all this success, I knew we had something special to help others like Lisa lose the weight that's been holding them back for so long. And now it's time for you to see the same results for yourself. It's my privilege to introduce you to AyruvaLean, the world's first and only formula designed to combat the true cause of belly fat obesity. AyruvaLean is the only 100% natural solution that cuts to the heart of this problem by lowering the hormonal stress response in your body using a proprietary blend of 6 compounds shown for over 3,000 years and backed by over 200 studies to break down this wall of fat to be burnt up and used for energy. Each capsule of AyruvaLean has been independently verified and formulated in the USA using the strictest standards set forth by the FDA to guarantee the quality and purity of ingredients. Everything is 100% natural, safe, is GMO-free, free of fillers, toxins, chemicals, and heavy metals. What you see on the label is what you get, and why we consider this a special time in history. Nothing like this has existed before in the exact ratios to target stubborn belly fat, especially lower belly fat, all caused by the stressors of modern society. And since this formula is backed by 3,000 years of usage following ancient India's Ayurvedic medical principles, many also experience a powerful reversal in blood sugar, blood pressure, cancer risk, and overall heart health. It's an all-in-one nutritional dream that can't be replicated or replaced by any diet, detox cleanse, or exercise program, and why already 152,299 men and women all over the world have experienced a flatter tummy, less stress, and life-changing results using AyruvaLean. Now, it's your turn. That's why, in the next 75 seconds, I'm going to show you how to get your hands on this miracle fat loss formula before supplies run out. But this is really important, so let me ask you, what would you be willing to pay for an all-natural, clinically proven solution guaranteed to practically erase belly fat on contact, to keep it off permanently, and to say goodbye to the trappings of poor health, achy joints, fatigue, and poor sleep, all caused by this fat and sky-high hormonal stress levels. How much would it be worth to slip on a new outfit and have it fit perfectly to your body in all the right areas, no matter what angle you turn in the mirror? To wake up bursting with energy that never leaves your side, to enjoy pristine health that guarantees you a life free from doctor visits, medication, and nursing homes, to go out and enjoy dinner without worrying about the calories or others judging you under their breath for ordering dessert, or to rekindle the electricity between you and your loved one again like your relationship was brand new. How much would it be worth to look down and feel with your hands all your hard work finally paying off? A flat and firm tummy, lean and sexy arms, toned legs, and more? How much would all of this be worth to you over the course of your life? $1,000? $10,000? $20,000? In a recent article, it was estimated the average citizen spends upwards of $10,000 on weight loss programs, diets, and more. However, because you're here today, you won't have to become one of those statistics. Before we streamlined manufacturing, a 30-day supply of AyruvaLean cost new customers $597. That's a lot. That's a lot. However, thousands didn't mind because it worked. Yet still, that was way too high. And we've worked tirelessly to bring that cost down. It's a big reason why over 152,299 people have said yes to AyruvaLean and will wake up tomorrow morning 1 to 2 pounds lighter. I love hearing their stories, and I can't wait to hear yours. We're not doing this for the money. We just want to get this life-changing formula into as many hands as possible. So we're going to do something crazy. I can't believe we're doing this, but we've gone ahead and paid for 75% of your order. Yep, that's right. Normally, AyruvaLean sells for $197. However, we just ask that you meet us part of the way because we've already covered 75% of the cost. So, for just a one-time payment of $59, you can enjoy AyruvaLean right away. However, before you go ahead and order, we need to be upfront with you. After analyzing our real-world case studies and research, according to Dr. Hutchins, those who notice the quickest and most permanent results use AyruvaLean for at least 90 days. This gives your body plenty of time to make the biological adaptations to last you your entire life. So with that being said, we've cut the price for you even further by creating these 3 money-saving bundles below, despite the fact that we're running low on raw ingredients and inventory. So it's first come, first serve. Once these life-changing bundles are gone, they're gone, and the price per bottle will go back up to $197 until we can catch up with demand. That's why most customers scoop up at least the 3-month bundles below, and those who have at least 20 or more pounds to lose also purchase the 6-month bundle. They're the most serious when it comes to transforming their bodies and health, and it shows when they email in their before and afters. So go ahead and choose either the 3 or 6-month bundle below, or whatever your favorite option is. Everything is a one-time payment. There's no subscriptions, hidden fees, or auto billing. So hurry before supplies run out. Once you select your package below, a new, safe, and secure page will open up with your choice. Just fill in your information, tell us where to ship everything, and you'll be able to get started within the next few days. Don't forget, AyruvaLean can only be found here. You won't find this on Amazon or anywhere else, and definitely not in retail stores. So choose your favorite bundle below and get started. And watch in amazement the pounds melting off your body, just like these men and women before you.
Thankfully, this habit has allowed me to lose the 27 pounds I needed to. It feels like the weight is completely lifted off my shoulders now. I no longer get winded walking up the stairs, and I feel lighter and just so much happier. All without really having to change my diet. It's great. I'll never stop doing this simple habit. I can't wait to shock my doctor during my next physical. I'm sure all my blood work, my cholesterol, and blood sugar levels have improved as well.
I finally lost the weight. I can't lie, it's been a struggle because I'm such a huge foodie. My wife and I love going out on the weekends and exploring in new restaurants. It's our hobby and passion. So giving up food, having to diet, and all that was just something I couldn't do over the long term. And now I won't have to, ever. I've been telling everyone about this and how it helped me lose over 33 pounds. And since then, my Facebook inbox has been flooded with messages from family asking me about this secret.
That feeling you get when you take out the tape measure, wrap it around your waist, and notice you lost another inch is absolutely priceless. I'm down 17 pounds in just 3 weeks, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
Now, despite these real-world success stories, if you're still a little bit skeptical, I understand, because it makes me sick how many people have been let down by the greedy lies of the weight loss companies. So, just to prove this formula works, we're going to do something completely different. Something those crooks would never do. And that's offer you a rock-solid, 100% airtight, 90-day money-back guarantee. See, once you see the changes in the mirror and on the scale, we're willing to bet you'll never want to go another day without AyruvaLean in your corner as your metabolism flushes the fat from your midsection. However, if for some reason you're not satisfied with your flatter tummy, plus all the new energy you'll experience, then write in and tell us, and we'll be happy to grant you a refund. You could also call our customer department number as well. We'll give you that number after you order, and you can speak to one of our friendly customer care representatives, even if you went through all your bottles. How does that sound? We don't see anyone else giving you this type of peace of mind guarantee, but that's how confident we are in the formula. Women and men are flocking to this video by the thousands and ordering the 3 to 6 month packages below. That's why it's time to act now before we run out of these ridiculously low prices. The last time we sold out, it was 65 days before we had the supplies back in stock. But if even after all of this, if you're still not ready to fix the root cause of your stubborn belly fat that's plagued you for so long, then feel free to give up these savings and leave this page. There's only so much AyruvaLean at the moment. And we'll just have to give your bottles we've already pre-purchased for you to the person behind you. However, if you're ready for lasting change that brings a smile to your face when you look in the mirror every morning, then click or tap on your favorite package below to secure your order of AyruvaLean. When you do, you're backed by a 100% 90-day money-back guarantee. It's time to make a choice because this video is about to come to an end. You're at a crossroads, and there's only 2 options where to go from here. Option 1 is to continue walking down the same road you were before landing on this page. However, if you decide to, then you'll never experience the freedom of having the body you've always desired and, more importantly, deserved. You'll never have the chance to look down at your brand new flat stomach, toned thighs, legs, and firm butt in just weeks from now without sweating 2 hours per day for it. You'll never have the chance to slip on a new dress, pair of jeans, or outfit that fits perfectly to your body in all the right areas without starving for it. You'll never have the chance to break free from the shackles of the weight loss industry that makes you feel bad for not being in shape like them. Instead, you'll continue to wonder why it's so hard for you to lose the weight as the hopelessness, sadness, and depression begin to take over. And we're not even touching on the subject about your health because belly fat and disease go hand in hand. For every 5 pounds of extra fat you store, your risk of suffering a major heart attack or stroke increases by 10%. So just imagine that if you had 20 pounds to lose, 30, 40, not only that, your risk of diabetes doubles along with your risk of developing certain cancers and numerous memory-declining diseases. That's how far-reaching of an effect this type of fat can have on your health. So don't pretend your weight doesn't bother you and put it off just to save maybe a little bit of money. I know you're tired of believing everything is okay when deep down you know it's not. But if nothing is done, your health can spiral out of control to the point of no return, and you'll have to rely on others to get you through the day. Maybe that means being placed in a nursing home, moving in with your children, or hiring a home health aide if you're lucky. I don't mean to be harsh, but if you decide to do nothing, this future is a real possibility and can happen much sooner than you might think. I don't want this for you at all. Just close your eyes and imagine how much your weight has already affected your life up to this point, how it's held you back from doing what you want, what you love. I want to see you remain independent for years to come, to feel youthful beyond your years, to go about your days feeling light on your feet and skipping to your own beat, to have the chance to always keep up with your kids and to chase after your grandkids. Because you see, on this page is a door to a completely different life moving forward. We've already unlocked it for you. You just have to gently push it open and take a step forward. When you say yes to option 2, you're saying yes to a healthier, slimmer body that's filled with energy, vitality, and abundant health without the 2 hours every day in the gym and without starving yourself. You'll be saying yes to a completely different life. Just imagine enjoying your favorite foods without a hint of guilt or worry about it screwing up your diet. Just imagine receiving all the wonderful compliments that are soon to come your way from loved ones, friends, and complete strangers. But most of all, the freedom that comes with a body you love. I'm willing to bet that after all the years of hard work and stress, that the reason you're here is because you know you deserve this. And it's so easy to give yourself this gift today. You're tired of not being happy at your body when you look in the mirror. And I'm sure you're sick of seeing those smiley, skinny people that dart across your TV and phone every day. So let's change that. Because after hearing everything, you now realize it was never your fault. It was never your metabolism or that you weren't working hard enough. It was something completely different this entire time. So now it's up to you. You just need to click or tap on your favorite package and a new page will open up with your choice. From there, just put in your payment details on the safe and secure order form, tell us where to ship your favorite bundle, and you'll be all set. I can't wait for you to become the next success story that's bucked the trend and permanently erased every ounce of belly fat. I cannot wait for you to take your hand and slide it over your brand new flat stomach without feeling any dimples, dips, or jiggly skin. Our most successful and savvy customers choose the 3 or 6 month packages for a reason, because they want the best results. I just urge you to act quickly before supplies run out. This is a one-time payment with a 90-day rock-solid guarantee. You have nothing to lose, but if you continue stalling, I'd hate for you to lose out on these savings, so act now. Time is running out, and this video is coming to an end, so please choose your favorite money-saving package below. Remember, you can only get AyruvaLean here. It's not available in stores or on Amazon. Click or tap your favorite package below and lock in this special pricing today. Thank you for watching. Hey, are you still here? If you haven't made a choice yet and have some questions, I've gone ahead and grabbed some of the more common ones we receive on a daily basis. I just want you to feel at ease with your order, so here they are. Is this auto ship? Will I be billed in the future? No, nothing will be auto shipped to you, and you will never be billed in the future for anything. We hate those scummy practices just as much as you do. Everything is just a simple, one-time payment that's backed by an unconditional 90-day money-back guarantee. You will never be charged for anything extra in the future. What will it say on my statement? When you decide on your favorite package below, you'll notice a one-time charge from goldenafter50.com and not AyruvaLean. How many bottles of AyruvaLean should I order? Based on the studies and all the real-world evidence, our most successful customers use AyruvaLean for at least 90 to 180 days. This ensures your biology can make the necessary adaptations that last you an entire lifetime. So you'll always be in a perpetual state of burning fat and never storing it. Most of our customers purchase the 3 or 6 month bundles for the best results below. What if I lose this weight too fast? Should I be worried? I wouldn't be worried if you're losing weight too fast. That's just a sign your body has been stressed out for way too long. But if your accelerated weight loss results scare you, just take AyruvaLean every other day. We want you to feel comfortable using the formula. Many are surprisingly shocked how fast the weight falls off. Is AyruvaLean backed by studies, and is it shown to be safe? Yes, the ingredient profile inside AyruvaLean has been independently verified to be safe for consumption. Everything is 100% natural, GMO-free, and void of toxins, metals, and harmful particulates. These ingredients have stood the test of time for a reason, because they work. While shown by numerous publications to lower stress response in your body so your metabolism can go to work burning up pounds of belly fat. And when you think about it, Is starving yourself and performing hours of exercise any safer for you? Not really. So if anything, you could say AyruvaLean is much safer than any fad diet or strenuous exercise program you might have tried in the past. It's as safe as drinking a glass of water. What can I expect with AyruvaLean? Well, when you lower the stress response in your body, you can expect the fat from your midsection to melt away rather quickly. Now, everyone is different, but most lose at least 1 to 2 inches around their midsections in the first week. That's the norm. Many have lost more, but the only way to truly tell for yourself is to scoop up one of the 3 money-saving packages below. You have nothing to lose because you're protected by a 90-day money-back guarantee. Now, besides losing plenty of fat from all over, you'll also notice it's easier to fall asleep at night. Your hunger for sugar and carbs will lessen, and your overall energy levels will increase. Do you sell AyruvaLean anywhere else? We do not and never will. The price would be too high. Plus, we don't trust third-party suppliers. Our name and reputation are at stake. That's why you can only get AyruvaLean here and nowhere else, not even on Amazon. Is this guarantee real? Yes, this guarantee is 100% real. You have 90 days to use AyruvaLean with nothing to lose. If you're not happy at all with all the weight you've lost, call or email us and let us know. Even if you've opened all the bottles and they're empty, we'll be happy to honor your refund request. How do I order right away? Just click or tap on your favorite bundle below before supplies run out. Based on everything, we recommend the 3 to 6 bottle option so you can experience the full AyruvaLean effect. Everything is a one-time purchase, and you'll see on your statement a charge from goldenafter50.com. So, go ahead and choose your favorite bundle right now. Thank you.